Smart office. Almost got none of the beef too.
Okay. Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Hello, welcome to day number 2 of the Dangle Fest tournament here in Blaine, Minnesota. Spartacats look to keep their undefeated tournament record going as they face White Bear Lake here. Yesterday, they had 2 games, tie 0-0 against Hastings, and then a 4-1 win over Elk River. Spartacats looking to win here and advance to the semifinal round later tonight. White Bear Lake comes into this game 1-1. They had a 6-3 loss to Hastings last night and a 3-1 win over Elk River yesterday morning. So this game should be pretty evenly matched.
Here today's 15-team matchup featuring White Bear Lake and the Spartacats. Time for our starting lineup, starting with our visiting team today, the Spartacats. Starting at goal number 56, Cassidy Boyd. On defense, number 13, Hero Bliss. And number 14, Kaylee Walker. On the wings, number 93, Grace Hubble. And number 44, Riley Nelson. And their center is number 23, Mackenzie Weber. Let's welcome the rest of the Spartacats. Now starting with our home team today from White Bear Lake. Starter bringing in goal number 35, Holly Muskowski. On defense, number 19, Kennedy Mathewitz. And number 11, Landon Royce. On the wings, number 10, Sophia Lunzer. And number 9, Lily Bartok. And their centers, number 16, Elsie Anderson. And let's welcome the rest of the Bears. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please stand and remove your hats and join me as we honor America with our dance anthem.
Here we go, following the national anthem here. Face off going up to start the game. Starting lineup for the Spartacats. Riley Nelson at center. Mackenzie Weber at right wing. Grace Hubble at left wing. Addison Restrat at right D. And Aylin Moline at left D. White Bear Lake takes it in. Sends it down deep. Moline back, chasing for the puck. Bring it up the boards to Weber. Moline passes up to Hubble. Hubble passes it over to Weber. Weber brings it in. Weber gets a pass out front, but he goes to the White Bear Lake player. White Bear Lake brings it up the ice. Takes a shot. Picked up by Boyd, and we'll have a whistle here. Walker battling behind the net. Bates comes in to support. Puck goes out front. Blocked by Lake, sends it wide of the net. Walker passes up to Robinette. Robinette gets it out of the zone. Blocked by Lake, sends it back in there on sides. Pass up to Crispy. Crispy's pass out front. Can't find anybody. White Bear Lake comes down. White Bear Lake's on a breakaway. Bliss is chasing. Shot goes wide of the net. Puck back to the D. Walker, pass up to Crispy. Crispy gets it up to Bates. Puck comes back over. Cans jumps on, goes after the puck. White Bear Lake sends it down low. Bliss back to pick it up. Bliss skates it out. Tries to get it up to McCall. Strat pokes it away. White Bear Lake picks it up behind the net. Pass out front, intercepted by McCall. Pass over to Cans. Cans will send it out of the zone. White Bear Lake forced to regroup. White Bear Lake passes it up, centering pass. Poked away by Moline. Weber picks up the puck and has it poke checked away. White Bear Lake able to hold the line. White Bear Lake heads for a change. Weber will pick up the loose puck. Pass it up to Nelson. Moline able to hold the line. Nelson will send it down deep. Picked up by Krisky. Hubble shoots. White Bear Lake gathers the rebound. They'll dump it in behind the net. Moline back to pick it up. Moline has it poked away by White Bear Lake. Boyd's able to stand strong. White Bear Lake picks it up in the corner. Hubble pokes away. The Strat picks it up. Passes up to Krisky. Krisky has it, takes a shot. Save covered by White Bear Lake. Weber passes it back to Bliss. White Bear Lake picks it up. White Bear Lake passes across, can't find anybody. Bliss back to it, find it. Puck comes out to Walker. Walker intercepts it. Gets up to Bates. Bates passes up to Weber. Weber passes cross ice to Robinette. Robinette able to get it in deep. Gets it up to Weber. Weber passes out front to Bates. Bates loses it. White Bear Lake sends it up. White Bear Lake cuts the middle. Shot saved by Boyd. Bates gets it, passes up to Robinette. Robinette skates it out. Crosses the red line and she'll dump it. Weber goes into attack. Weber sends it towards the net. Hands fighting for a rebound. White Bear Lake comes away with it. Pass out front, taken away by Weber. The Strat sends it up ice. Cans picks it up. Cans has the poke checked away. Nelson takes the puck. Nelson taken down, and we'll have a delayed penalty up here on White Bear Lake. Nelson drew a penalty. Spartacats will go on a 2-minute power play here. .8:16 left in the period. White Bear Lake comes in. Krisky takes it, gets it out of the zone. Krisky dumps it in deep, icing waves off. White Bear Lake goes back to retrieve it. Puck comes out to Krisky. Krisky centering pass. Hubble can't find it, has it poked away. White Bear Lake picks it up. Takes it back up. Gets it up to Walker. Walker passes it. Cross ice pass up to Hubble. Hubble gains the zone. Pass across, can't find Krisky. Krisky gets it out of the corner, passes up to Walker. Walker shoots, goes wide of the net. Robinette comes in. Walker pass, goes up ice. White Bear Lake clears it. Bates back to pick it up in her own zone. Bates passes it up to Weber. Bowling passes up to Robinette. Puck comes back down. Bowling picks it up. Passes to Bates. Bates passes over to Weber. Puck goes back to the strap. The strap passes up to Robinette. White Bear Lake full strength. Pass up to Weber. Weber brings it down the ice, gets around the girl. Shoots. Just missed the net. Pass comes out to Moline. Moline shoots. Tip by McCall. Hands there for the rebound, and it's covered by White Bear Lake. Spartacats will go for a change. Walker and Bliss will come out on D. Forwards will stay out there. McCall, Weber, and Cans come up with forwards. Walker with the shot. Goes in the corner. McCall chasing after it. Puck comes out to Bliss. Bliss dumps it back in. White Bear Lake gets it out of the zone. Puck comes back to Bliss. Bliss looks to regroup. White Bear Lake has it. Takes a shot. Puck goes back in the corner. Cans down there to pick it up. Cans takes the puck back, passes back to Bliss. Bliss sticking with it. She loses the puck. White Bear Lake picks it up. Pass intercepted by McCall. Goes up to Cans. Cans has it poked away by White Bear Lake. Pucking back to Walker. Walker passes up to Weber. Weber battling for it. Puck comes back to the D. D passes it up. Hubble comes on for Cans. Moline battling for the puck. White Bear Lake has it in front of the net. Saved by Boyd. Puck goes back into the corner. Another save by Boyd. White Bear Lake passes back to the D. D takes a shot, goes wide. Saved by Boyd on the rebound. Weber passes up to Hubble. Hubble controls the puck. Skates towards the middle, takes a shot. Shot stopped by White Bear Lake. Krisky able to keep it in. White Bear Lake picks it up, takes it out of the zone, pokes it away by Nelson. Krisky picks up the loose puck. Krisky taken down. No penalty called. Walker poke checks away. White Bear Lake centering pass. Shot tipped by Bliss, goes back in the corner. Walker picks it up, passes up to Krisky. Krisky passes up to Nelson. Nelson sends it out of the zone, back to the White Bear D. White Bear defense will dump it in. We'll have an icing called against White Bear Lake. Bates and Robinette will come out for the Spartacats. Walker's shot blocked. White Bear Lake comes down. Picked up by Boyd. No chance for a rebound, and we have a whistle here. No of a whistle. Hand pass called on White Bear Lake. We'll have a face-off outside of the zone. 3:08 left in the period. Off the draw, back to Restrat. Restrat passes it up. Moline able to pick it up. Moline will cross the red line and she'll dump it in. Bates will go into attack. Moline tries to hold the line. White Bear Lake able to chip it out. Bates picks up the loose puck, passes up to Robinette. White Bear Lake still tries to get it out. Bates able to hold the zone, sends it into the corner. Pass tipped by Bates. Puck comes back to Moline. Moline will send it in for Robinette. White Bear Lake takes it. Pass picked up by Krisky. Krisky skates in, tries to get a pass over to Bates, but it's intercepted. White Bear Lake sends it back to Moline. Moline shot blocked. White Bear Lake comes back down. White Bear Lake cuts back. Pass out to the middle. Knocked away by Verstrat. Another shot. Save. Pass out front. Nobody's there. Bates sends it down the ice. And we'll have an icing on the Spartacats. Spartacats will go for a line change. Cans, McCall, and Weber come out for the Spartacats. Forwards, Walker and Bliss on defense. White Bear Lake not able to hold zone. They come back for a regroup. Pass poked away by Weber. Cans picked it up. Offsides on the Spartacats. McCall takes the draw. White Bear Lake comes in, taken away by Walker. Walker skates it up. Pass up for Cans. Cans cuts back and she'll dump it in. The call goes into attack and we have a delayed penalty on White Bear Lake. Interference called on White Bear Lake. McCall drew the penalty. We'll have another 2-minute power play coming up for the Spartacats. .127 remaining in the period. Moline battling for it. Tries to get up to Krisky. Krisky runs into Hubble. Icing waved off. White Bear Lake picks it up. White Lake tries to pass it out in front. Hubble couldn't pick it up.
1 minute remaining period. 1 minute.
White Lake able to get it out. Moline sends it back up ice. Krisky takes it. Krisky comes around the outside. Moline has it, sends it in deep. Walker Lake brings it back around. Moline able to keep it in the zone. White Lake sends it down the ice, and we'll have an icing on White Lake.
She's in Jamaica. That's such an odd place for her.
Bates will take the draw. Hawks it down. White Lake comes down. Takes a shot. Saved by Boyd. Ten seconds left in the period. Bates will take the defensive zone draw. Robinette comes in to pick it up. She'll send it down the ice. Weber picks it up. Weber takes a shot. Saved as time expires. We're tied 0-0 through one period of play here. Shots that period 8-7 in favor of White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake will start the second period with 33 seconds left on the penalty. Spartacats still on the power play. Hall takes the draw. Krisky takes it. Krisky takes a shot. Saved by White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake sends it up the boards. Verstrat takes it. Verstrat rips the shot. Blocked by White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake moves the other way. Pass across. Saved by Boyd. Nine seconds left in the White Bear Lake penalty. Pass up. Krisky going after it. McCall takes it. The strap passes up. Krisky battling for it. Krisky poke checks it away from White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake able to regather it. Foot pass intercepted by McCall. McCall tries to dump it in deep, but White Bear Lake sends it the other way. Moline tries to get it up to Cans. Puck comes back. McCall picks it up. McCall passes it over to Cans. Cans stick handles with it. Just send it down low for McCall. McCall picks it up. Passes it back to Cans. Cans stick handling it. Puck goes up to White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake passes it to the center of the ice. White Bear Lake comes down. Nelson picks it up in their own zone, passes it around the boards for Krisky, but it's kept in by White Bear Lake. Goes back. Hubble tries to get it out. White Bear Lake able to hold the line. Hubble picks it up again. Pass up to Krisky. Krisky goes towards the bench. Spartacats will go for a change. White Bear Lake can't find a pass, and it'll be an icing on White Bear Lake. Face off in the White Bear Lake zone. That's up White Bear Lake able to get it out of the zone. Walker battling for it. Nelson sends it back the other way. White Bear Lake picks it up. Gain the zone. White Bear Lake gets around the girl. Hubble battling for it. White Bear Lake tries to get it in front of the net. Pass sent away by Walker. Nelson picks it up. Sends it out of the zone. White Bear Lake back to regroup. Nelson lifts up a stick. They can't find a pass. Nelson battling for it. Puck comes back to Walker. Walker passes up to Hubble. Hubble has it knocked away by White Bear Lake. It's Pat to pick up the puck. Pass up to Hubble. Hubble loses it. White Bear Lake takes a shot, blocked by Walker. Puck sent away by Boyd into the corner. Weber sends it up ice. Spartacats can't get it out of their zone. White Bear Lake able to keep it in. Bliss can't get it out. Bliss takes it. She'll send it down ice. Comes out to center ice. White Bear Lake forced to regroup. White Bear Lake gets it back into their zone. Bliss back to retrieve it. Weber sends it down the ice. Tipped off a White Bear Lake stick. Icing waved off. Bates comes into attack. Bates pokes it away. Sends it towards the net. Nobody's there. Spartacats able to keep it in. White Bear Lake sends it down ice. Back to Ristrat. Ristrat, pass up to Weber. Weber gets around the girl, has her stick knocked away from her. Moline pass up into the zone. White Bear Lake comes away with it. White Bear Lake coming back. White Bear Lake shot sent wide. Shot saved by Boyd. Defensive zone face-off here for the Spartacats. Puck comes out to center ice. White Bear Lake looks to regroup. Puck poked away by Cans. Cans and Chrissy go into attack. Puck comes back to Moline. Moline tries to send it up to Krisky. Taken away by White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake comes the other way. Shot saved by Boyd. Krisky blocks the pass. Gets it out. Tries to get it from McCall, but it's taken away by White Bear Lake. Puck comes back to Moline. Moline sends it down the ice. Puck goes on net. White Bear Lake will cover it. We'll have a whistle here. White Bear Lake cross ice pass. Tries to get in the zone, knocked away by Bliss. Puck comes back to Bliss. Bliss tries to get a pass, but it's blocked. Picked up by Nelson. Nelson passes up to Krisky. Krisky has it poked away. Krisky looking, passes it back to Bliss. Bliss takes a shot, goes wide. Hubble goes in to attack it. Pass knocked away by Nelson. White Bear Lake comes back to pick it up. Poked away by Krisky. Krisky passes up to Robinette. Krisky has it in front and he misses the net. Krisky passes out front. Robinette takes a shot. Oh. Saved by the goalie. We have a whistle here. Oh, that was a great opportunity for the girls to score there. Break this tie up. Bates, Weber, and Robinette, the forwards for the Spartacats. Verstrat and Moline back on D. Puck comes back. Verstrat sends it. Moline sends it up to Robinette. White Bear Lake brings it the other way. Moline takes it, passes it up to Robinette. Weber will send it down. Icing waved off. Weber goes in to chase it. Puck comes out. Cans gets it. Cans tries to dish it off to McCall. Can't find it. Cans picks it back up. Battling along the boards. McCall comes into sport. Puck goes to the opposite corner. Weber picks it up. Passes out front for Cans. Saved by White Bear Lake. Puck goes back. Bliss. Shot! Scores! Cans off the rebound. Spartacats go up 1-0. 5:24 left in the second period. Spartacats lead 1-0. White Bear Lake trying to talk to the ref about something.
Scoring for the Spartacats, number 18 is Matt Cans. This is number 13, Kira Bliss. And the goal in 30 minutes.
Hands on the goal with an assist from Bliss. Hands picks it up again, brings it into the zone. Puck goes wide of the net. Hands picks it up, sends it towards the net, and it's covered by White Bear Lake. Nelson wins the draw. Puck sent around. White Bear Lake ices the puck with a whistle. Puck will come back down into the White Bear Lake zone. Of an offensive zone face-off for the Spartacats here coming up. Nelson, Krisky, Hubble, Verstrad, and Moline out there for the Spartacats. Hubble comes in, picks up the puck, sends it towards the net. Nobody goes in for the rebound. Nelson battling behind the net. All three forwards going behind the net. Hubble deflects the pass. White Bear Lake sends it up ice. Verstrat can't find it. White Bear Lake comes down, battling, sends it towards the net. Sent away by Moline. Puck deflected by Krisky. White Bear Lake picks it up again. They send it deep. Hubble pokes the puck away. White Bear Lake picks it back up. White Bear Lake comes in. Puck sent away by Verstrat. Back to White Bear Lake. Takes a shot, saved by Boyd. Nelson picks it up, tries to clear it. Back to the D. Shot goes high of the net. Back to Verstrat. Verstrat picks it up behind the net. White Bear Lake sends it the other way. Nelson picks it up. Nelson passes up to Hubble. Hubble takes it. Pass up to Krisky. Krisky fires a shot, scores! Krisky hits a pipe and it goes in. Spartacats go up 2-0. Just under 3 minutes left in the period. 2-0 lead for the Spartacats. Bates takes the draw. Puck goes back to Walker. Walker skates it in.
Spartacats ball, scored by number 22, Krisky. Assisted by number 93, Hubble.
White Bear Lake sends it down the ice. It's hit by the Spartacats and icing will be waved off. White Bear Lake picks it up. Pass back to the D. D sends it back behind the net. Walker picks it up, passes it up to Weber. Weber gets around her. Weber getting hooked. They have a penalty. Weber shot. Delayed penalty on White Bear Lake. And we'll have a whistle. Hooking on White Bear Lake. Spartacats will go on another power play with 2:12 left in the period. Bates, Weber, Robinette there for the power play. Pass out front, blocked by Robinette, tries to get it towards the net. Puck comes back to Moline. Moline pulls the line. White Lake sends it down ice. Well, icing. Bates takes the draw. Puck goes back to Moline. Moline sends it back down deep. Bates picks it up. Pass out in front. Weber looking for it. Weber sends it back towards the net. Puck goes behind the net. Bates picks it up. Passes out back to Verstrat. Verstrat shoots. Saved. Another save by White Bear. Puck comes back to Weber. Weber shoots. Save. Back to Moline. Moline shoots. Puck goes wide. Robinette into attack. White Lake sends it back. Verstrat can't hold the line. Passes over to Moline. Bates pokes it away. Moline holds the line, sends it in for Weber. Weber passes out front. Robinette gets it. Shoots. It's covered. White Lake will get a whistle here. Spartacats will go for a change. Bates, call. Krisky come out on forwards. Walker and Bliss on defense. Looking back. Bliss can't get it. Icing waves off. Krisky takes it, passes in front from McCall. McCall, hands there for the rebound, but it's saved by White Lake. 25 seconds left in the period. Spartacats lead 2-0. White Lake takes it, passes it up. Moline able to hold the line. White Lake picks it up again. That'll end the second period. Spartacats score 2 goals that period. They're up 2-0. Shots that period. 15 for the Spartacats for a 2-period total of 22, and 6 for White Lake for a 2-period total of 14. Spartacats score 2 off goals from Cans and Krisky. Spartacats carry a 2-0 lead into the third period. Can't let up on the gas, though. Puck drop here coming up to start the third period. Line up for the Spartacats. Nelson at center, Weber and Hubble on the wings, and Walker and Bliss on defense. Hubble will send it in. Sends it deep. Nelson goes into a chase. Puck comes back to Walker. Walker holds the line. Shot tipped. Nelson almost had it there. Battle along the boards. Weber knocks it away. Weber Lake tries to get it out. Kept in by Bliss. Pass up to Nelson. Nelson takes a shot. Weber picks it up. Passes back. Nelson has her stick picked up. Hubble takes a shot. Nelson comes in late. Tries to get a rebound. Net comes off. Here the Spartacats will go for a line change. Bates takes a draw. Weber Lake wins it. Weber Lake wins it around. Krischke's there to intercept the pass. Bates passed out in front to Robinette. Robinette takes a shot, blocks. Puck comes back to Walker. Walker dumps it in deep. Puck is over to Krischke. Krischke battles for it. Puck comes out to Robinette. Robinette takes a shot. Saved by White Bear Lake. Bowling passes up to Krischke. Krischke tries to chip it out. Kept in by White Bear Lake. Bowling sends it out of the zone. Call comes out for Bates. Call finds the puck. Strat sends it up ice. Cams goes into attack. White Bear Lake able to clear it. Puck comes back to Weber. Walker has it. Tries to pass it up to Cans. White Bear Lake picks it up. Tries to send it in. Walker takes it. Offsides of the Spartacats. Call takes the draw. Wins it back to Weber. Weber comes in. Weber cuts the middle. Weber takes a shot. Misses the net. Puck comes out in front. McCall. Call there for the rebound. Saved by White Bear Lake. Walker battling for the puck. Call comes back to pick it up. Passes back to Bliss. Bliss brings it around her own net. Versus course. Tries to get it away, but it's knocked away by White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake picks it up behind the net. Tries to pass out front, but it's stopped by Boyd, and she covers it. Icing called on Whitebear Lake. Nelson takes a draw over Krisky. Krisky takes a shot, saved by Whitebear Lake. Puck comes out to Moline. Moline goes back to pick it up, passes off the boards up to Krisky. Whitebear Lake sends it in deep. Verstrat goes back to pick it up. Verstrat passes it up to Hubble. Hubble gets across the red line. She'll dump it down. Nelson goes down to attack. Tries to get it over Krisky. Whitebear Lake able to get it out of the zone. Puck comes back to Walker. Offsides called on the Spartacats. And they'll have it be a center ice faceoff. Weber picks up the puck. Puck comes out of the zone, back to Robinette. Robinette able to get it into the zone. Bates picks it up. Bates gets around the girl, passes it over to Weber. Weber takes a shot, save. Bates was there for the rebound, but it goes the other way. Puck goes down. Whitebear Lake has it behind the net. Weber takes the puck. Shot sent away by Boyd. Bliss picks it up. Bliss sends it down the other way. Icing waved off. Weber goes into attack after it. Weber picks it up. Goes around behind the net. Continues skating around, looking for a passing option. Has it poked away out of the zone by Whitebear Lake. Walker picks it up. She'll send it down the ice. Shot saved by Boyd. Shot blocked by Cans. Whitebear Lake takes another shot, saved by Boyd. Cans picks up the rebound. Cans starts skating the other way. Tries to get it over to McCall, intercepted by Whitebear Lake. Whitebear Lake sends it down deep. Strat goes back to pick it up. And Whitebear Lake is offsides. Hawkins out. Shot saved by Boyd. 5:20 left in the game. Still 2-0 in favor of the Spartacats. Hubble picks up the puck. Hubble makes a move around the girl. Fishke picks up the puck behind the net, passes out for Nelson. Nelson takes a shot, tipped by Wepper Lake. Wepper Lake sends it down the other way, down the ice. Walker able to poke it away from her. Goes back, Wepper Lake sends it down deep. It goes up, Hubble. Trips it up out of the zone. Krishke knocks away a pass. Nelson comes in to pick it up. Nelson passes out, intended for Robinette. Wepper Lake picks up the loose puck. Skates down. Pass out front, but nobody's there. Nelson tries to get it out. Taken away by Wepper D. Shot. Saved by Boyd. Wepper Lake shot, scores. Pass from behind the net and a quick shot. Wepper Lake makes the score 2-1. Spartacats still in the lead. 4:53 left in the game.
Assisted by number 16, Elsie Anderson.
Shot blocked by Verstrat. Wepper Lake passes out in front. Bates passes up to Robinette. Robinette tries to get it off the boards, but it's knocked away by Wepper Lake. Bates picks up a loose puck. Passes up to Weber. Passes back to Bates. Wepper Lake pokes it away. Puck comes back to Moline. Moline sends it in deep. Robinette goes into attack. Robinette can't hold the line. Wepper Lake comes down with numbers. Forced off the puck by Weber. Wepper Lake comes back down the ice. Puck knocked away by Weber. Cans picks it up. Passes back to Verstrat. Verstrat passes up to Bates. Bates sends it down the other way. Wepper Lake back to pick it up. Hams has the puck. Gets it back to Bliss. Bliss will send it down deep. Puck is back. Hall passes up to the Cans. Cans takes it, fires a shot. Saved by Wepper Lake. Call picks up in the corner. Pass back to Krisky. Wepper Lake gets it out of the zone. Oh, and they'll call Bliss for a hooking penalty there. Bliss will head to the box. Spartacats will go on the penalty kill here. Nelson and Hubble go out. Moline and Verstrat back on D. Hubble ices it down the puck, but it's on net. Touched by the goalie. Spartacats. Moline back to pick up the puck. The Strat pokes it away. Sent away by Boyd. Bubble sends it down the ice. Icing waved off. Hubble battling for the puck. 2 minutes left in the period. White Lake passes up. Nelson back to pick up the puck. Chips it off the glass. Puck comes up to White Lake. Fires a shot. Goes wide of the net. White Lake will pull their goalie. 6-on-4 advantage. Puck comes out of the net. Have to wait to their offsides. Offsides called on White Bear Lake. .133 left in the period. 37 seconds left in the penalty. White Bear Lake still with the empty net. 6-on-4 advantage. Puck comes back to Moline. Moline able to chip it back up the ice. Puck sent in towards Boyd. Boyd kicks it wide. Weber takes it. Weber chips it forward. White Bear Lake coming in. Well saved by Boyd. 17 seconds left in the penalty. 71 seconds left in the game. White Bear Lake 6-on-4. White Bear Lake forwards will head for a change. We'll face off here. Bates wins it. Puck comes back to Boyd. Boyd will cover it once again. We'll have another face off here. Bates tied up. Puck comes back to Walker. Walker sends it up to Weber. Weber tries to get it forward. Walker takes it. Ices it. Oh, and it just misses the net. Icing called on Spartacats. We have 56 seconds left in the game. Spartacats lead 2-1. Weber gets the puck. Bliss comes out of the box. Krisky goes on the ice for her. 6-on-5 now. Shot saved by Boyd. Puck comes out front. Takes a shot. Tip down, high sticking called on White Bear Lake. High sticking the puck call, White Bear Lake. Face off will go down the other way. White Bear Lake's goalie will come back on. .35 seconds left. Bates takes the draw. Has Krisky and Weber on the wings. Walker and Bliss at D. Bates takes it. Shoots. Weber tries to get a rebound. Puck covered by White Bear Lake. .14 seconds left. Bates takes a draw. Puck comes back to Walker. Walker can't keep it in the zone. Walker backs out, sends it in deep. Spartacats stay on sides. White Bear Lake. Weber tried to keep it in, but wasn't in time. Offsides on the Spartacats. White Bear Lake, last minute shot, goes high to the net. Spartacats secure win. With that win and only allowing one goal, Spartacats are guaranteed to go on to the semifinals later this afternoon.
Congratulations to our YHH players in the game today. First representing White Bear Lake, number 35, Holly Wisłowski. And representing the Spartacats, number 22, Gary.
Shot totals 30-24 in favor of the Spartacats. Spartacats secure the 2